Yeah, hello and welcome to another update video about Bitcoin and Cardano. Everybody's very excited about when does Bitcoin do the next move. So we're going to take a look at that. Bitcoin currently moving sideways. You can see it on the chart how it's just moving sideways. Cardano retracing a little bit, like some other coins that are just not holding up together with Bitcoin at the moment. You can see they are all doing this similar move here in the top 10. Some are holding sideways like Bitcoin. Well, that was wrapped Bitcoin anyway. But yeah, most are coming down here in the last few hours. So that is normal because we have seen quite a strong move to the upside across the crypto market, and there is now a little bit of a profit taking going on. That's absolutely normal. So this is currently here Bitcoin. Just to give you an update here, Bitcoin is in its wave 4, and we did explain that in previous videos that I do expect here for that wave 4. Typically an impulse has 5 waves, so there will be another wave into the direction of that impulse, which would be into the direction of that target area here between 20 and 28.7k. That is where I would expect that in the end to land. But before that is going to happen, I think we are going to see some further upside. In this target area here, the price has already done what it needs to do for a wave 4. So theoretically it could now come down, but because we are sort of in the middle of this target area, I would expect we are going to see at least the next fib level here, 43.3k. That is the ideal retracement for a wave 4. So I'm waiting for that in the very short term, because that is what people are interested in, all the other things we talked about in previous videos. So what are we doing here at the moment? In my view, the price, I'll go to the 1 hour chart, the price is here in a so-called, you could call it maybe a rectangle pattern, more of a flag pattern really. Basically you could interpret this as a bull flag, where you have a strong move up and then you just have a consolidation, and that consolidation just happens because on the shorter time frames you're just overbought. Yeah, you're just coming here on this momentum indicator here, the RSI, you're just coming too high and it's not sustainable. You know, it just needs to stop. There's profit taking that is starting then. It's sort of a psychological level as well. The price can't go up and up and up. It needs to cool down as well. It's a breathing in, breathing out. Nothing goes up in a straight line. Yeah, so don't be nervous. This is exactly what we expected. We are moving up here, but nothing moves up in a straight line. I do repeat that in my videos. I say that often. Nothing moves up in a straight line. Yeah, so what you can expect here possibly is also a little bit of a move down now. That can absolutely happen. You know, this is a bull flag, but it doesn't necessarily need to break to the upside. We could also fall down once more here, maybe to that red line, which was here previous resistance. You can see that here, how there was an area of trading here, buying and selling around 40.5k. It was also strong support here before in January. So it is possible that the price could fall back to 40.5k, flip that former resistance to support, and then start to continue to move up. Or alternatively, I mean, it could just move sideways here for a while, bring the RSI down. And by the way, on the 1 hour chart, you can see this RSI coming down already, which is important through the sideways movement. You bring that momentum down, which means that it's cooling down, which means at some point here, the bulls will probably step in again and push the price higher. So two possibilities here, what the price could do: break out straight away, or in my view, retest here. And then of course we need to see how does the price react to the 40.5k level. As long as we stay above the 40.5k level, I'm very confident that we're going to get here to 43.3k next. Yeah, but if it breaks down a little bit, it is not a problem. It's even possible because some profit taking might be going on, because on the 4 hour chart we are still overbought. So everybody who's wondering why we are not breaking out to the upside yet, well, it's a breathing in, breathing out. Just look at the MACD indicator down here. It's moving up and down. Yeah, it's moving in waves. So there has to be a breathing in and a breathing out. Yeah, it is normal. So the 4 hour chart is still on the RSI overbought. It's a bit more meaningful than the hourly. So just moving up from here while not coming down is hardly possible. It can happen like it did back here in October 21. You were overbought here as well, and it moved up a little bit more. But at some point, you can see it whenever you were overbought in the history here, it's coming down. It doesn't mean that the price needs to come, you know, crash down or anything. But let's just take the example here from the 4 hour chart. This is back in September when we started to move up here to the larger wave B. I remember that area. So we had also here an area of consolidation and then started to move up. It was also a very similar move to what we have now. Yeah, just look at what we're doing now. Yeah, remember that, just moving up strongly sideways. And we have done it back then as well. You have moved up, small consolidation, moved up strongly, consolidated sideways. That took here from 1 day, 3 days it took, yeah? 3 days we consolidated. And also here, you can see it on the 4-hour chart. This is basically where we are now. Yeah, this is where we are now on the roughly 75 of the RSI on the 4-hour chart overbought. It took a few days to bring that down. The price just moved sideways. You had a very small dip and then it moved up again. Yeah, so this would happen. And then again, you moved up and you were overbought. So you have to get this RSI down again. You can see that the price moved up slightly in that period, but the RSI had to come down, then you had a stronger dip. The price came down further, the RSI came down further, and then it has the power again to move up higher again. Yeah, it's like a recharging. So you can't just move up in a straight line. It's absolutely normal, yeah. And don't get nervous. It could be that we see a bit of a dip and then go up. I think we're going to see the 43.3, maybe even higher. Don't really, it's hard to say now, isn't it? You can't really. So 43.3 in that current scenario that I've got on the chart here, where we would see another sell-off in a wave 5, that scenario is pretty much becomes very unlikely if we move above 46.5. That is basically the maximum that I would think that wave 4 can do in the current scenario. What I wanted to show you as well is the EMA ribbon, very important, because on the EMA ribbon the price has found a lot of support throughout, and here you can see again that you can use that EMA ribbon actually as an indicator, as a trading indicator as well, because when this printed along, yeah, then the price was actually going up as well. So it's actually quite good, interesting. When they cross, you get this long signal here. Yeah, doesn't always work, of course. Nothing works 100%, but some people use it. So on the 4-hour chart, we're way above the EMA ribbon. Yeah, so it's actually in this whole downtrend that we had. If I zoom out, in that whole downtrend, it has only happened here before that we moved above the EMA ribbon, and this time we are quite far away from it. Okay, on the daily we are not. If I'm correct, we are not yet above the EMA ribbon. So this indicates why here is such a strong resistance as well, where we currently are, because we are in the EMA ribbon. We're just trying to get through these EMAs, through the exponential moving averages, and surprise, the highest EMA ribbon, the highest EMA on the EMA ribbon here is just where this 43.3k level is. So, you know, it could really find strong resistance before really pushing through here. And that is why I think the 43.3k level is really my target area that I would expect it to reach. But it will struggle to get higher. It will struggle. And then we could see that sell-off here to the wave 5. That could then really be a strong move down, especially if the indicators are then, you know what's going to happen? The indicators are going to go very high. On the daily, maybe you're getting overbought, yeah, or close to overbought, and then we have enough. Then we have had enough recovery to also allow the price to drop really into that area down here. Okay, so that is very important. Cardano, as I said, moves down a little bit like the other cryptos, while Bitcoin is moving sideways. What we could get, and that is generally for the altcoins, while Bitcoin is moving sideways, maybe over the next few days or so, we could really get a bit of an altcoin rally. I mean, we already see that already now, but it typically happens, especially in a, basically a wave 4, what Bitcoin is doing now. You often get something like an altcoin rally. Yeah, maybe not an altcoin season, but I would expect when Bitcoin is moving sideways, people getting bored, Bitcoin is moving up a little bit, there is potential Bitcoin moves up further, then you could see some more altcoins pumping, right? So that just as a side note. Cardano broke out of this triangle. We have a target area here of 130. Again, it doesn't need to move there in a straight line. And again, on the 4-hour chart, Cardano was also overbought, but Cardano has corrected that already and is already bringing that down. As an altcoin, a bit more volatile than Bitcoin, And I would suggest or think that other altcoins have brought that down as well on the 4-hour chart. I did show you in the previous video that Cardano is struggling on the daily RSI to get above the 50 line. And yeah, again, it bounced off again. So that has happened so many times. However, what we can see here, and I did tell you that before as well, that we are seeing here this bullish divergence again on the daily RSI, higher lows while making lower lows on the price. So bullish divergence could indicate another push here to the upside, right? On the daily here, in that whole period since September, we haven't really seen a bullish divergence playing out, not of that magnitude. So that is really a good sign actually for further upside. Also on the daily MACD, we've seen another bullish crossover, which basically supported here that breakout to the upside of the triangle. I guess what we could be seeing here now, just a retest of the former resistance. So maybe the price is going to retest here the triangle. That could come down then to a level of $1.07, but at the moment it is finding support at the previous high, which is good as well, because based on here we could start to climb up again, right? So you can probably define here something like a beginning of an uptrend again, yeah? So we keep an eye on that. I would suggest now that it has broken out of that triangle, that together with Bitcoin we could see a little bit of a move up, yeah? This is by no means already a breakout to the upside. It is only at the moment making here higher lows, which is good, and higher highs, so that is good. But what I really would like to see is a break above here, that 160 level, that wave 4, and then we can talk about potentially a breakout to the upside. Until that's done, and the breakout out of that descending channel in which Cardano is as well, I think it's going to remain in the downtrend as indicated here on the chart, with another wave 5 down into the yellow target area, possibly, yeah, between 30 and 55 cents. It doesn't need to get there. It could also just stay above 92 cents, have maybe another just a very small wave 5, you know, all of that is possible. But the ideal level now, as we broke already below $1 and that previous pattern was invalidated, I would suggest with the highest likelihood we're going to get into this yellow target area. All right, that's my view here on Bitcoin and Cardano at the moment. A lot happening at the moment. I try to keep you updated a little bit more frequently. And yeah, if you like the update, then please smash the like button and subscribe. And yeah, maybe consider joining as a channel member. If you really like the content, you can do that on my website. You can do that on YouTube. And on my website at the moment, PayPal payment, but I also accept a credit card. If you're interested in that, just send me an email. So yeah, really trying to offer here different payment options as well, as there were a few problems with PayPal. All right, hopefully you liked the update. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.